Hello, today I thought I'd do a review of my Harley Benton Black Paisley TE70, which I got for £125 a couple of months ago, and I've been really impressed with this. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be for the money, and I'll just have a run through some of the features on here. This is off the website, probably a bit small to see, but basically we've got on here deluxe chrome tuners. They're not too bad actually. There's a little bit of give and play in them, but they're perfectly usable and they seem to hold the tuning pretty good. The nut that came with it was plastic. I've changed this one for a tusk nut, but the nut that came was properly cut, which was nice. It was nice and low. You don't always get that with more expensive guitars, so that was nice to see. The original came with string trees on here, but I replaced these with rollers, which only cost about £6, and just enables the strings to bend a bit better. The thing I was really pleased about was the fretwork. The fretwork was bang on. I tried it with a fret rocker and it was absolutely perfect, which is more than I can say for the Epiphone Les Paul I bought at 4 times the price. So for a guitar of £125, this is much better than you would expect at that price point. Of course, the real reason why Harley Benton are cheap is not because they're cheap in quality, but because there's no distribution chain. So you get them from the Tonman website. Nobody else sells them. They're made to their own specification, and you don't have 6 or 7 people taking a cut of profit. So that's why they can sell such good instruments at such a reasonable price. So perfect fretwork, no problem there, nothing to do with that. Did need a little bit of a polish, but to be honest, if you were playing the guitar regularly, you'd probably find within a couple of weeks they were self-polishing with the strings. It's just a 5-minute job with some 8000 grit pads. So very straightforward. In fact, it was almost actually in tune when it came out of the box. So maybe I was lucky I didn't have any shipping damage or anything like that. It got to the UK within about 3 or 4 days. So that was pre-coronavirus panic, so it was a pretty good experience shopping with them. Moving on to the pickups, we've got some Roswell pickups. I haven't changed those. They're pretty good actually. They do sound very twangy, like a traditional Telecaster would sound. No real reason to change them. I did change the pickup height a little bit just to give the middle position a bit more of a balance. But again, it was pretty well set up. The string height was pretty good and the intonation was pretty good out of the box, but with a bit of tweaking obviously you can get that better. So at this end we've got some brass compensated bridge pieces. They are a little tricky to get the intonation bang on. I've managed to get pretty close, but you do find if you're playing with a capo quite a long way up the neck that you can hear it's not quite perfect, and that's unfortunately just the limitation of the bridge style there. It's actually a Wilkinson bridge, which is nice. The electronics are fine. There's a little bit of hiss which picks up the fluorescent light here, which you'd expect off single coil pickups, but it's not a big deal really. Pickup selector switch is nice and positive. Tone control works nicely. You do find with Telecaster pickups they are full range, so if you're working with quite a lot of gain you probably need to turn down the tone a little bit or it will sound very harsh. But it's that harshness on the bridge pickup which gives it its twangy sound as well, so you can't have it both ways. But if you turn the tone down, it's absolutely fine. I haven't tried this at loud volume yet, so I don't know what it's like in terms of feedback or anything like that. The one change I made down here to the electronics is I put a pure tone jack in, which is one of those jacks that's got 4 contact points, so I find they're quite good. There's nothing more annoying if you're trying to play live than having a jack lead that starts failing and making a huge cracking noise halfway through. And with these pure tone jacks, they're only about £7 or £8, but they're much less likely to do that because there's a lot more gripping the jack socket, gripping the jack as it goes in. You've got those 4 points of contact. I think they might even sound a little nicer as well, but it's very difficult to tell. There may be a bit more treble coming through high tone, I don't know, but it's more in terms of reliability. In terms of the weight, this is really light. It's basswood and a maple neck, very light to the touch. We've got through strings on the back of the body there, or you can put them through the end of the pickup as well. We've also got holes there, so you've got the choice of whether you want through or whether you want through the end of it comes as it is with them through the back of the guitar. And that's pretty much it, really. It's a very nice guitar, and if I paid £400-500 for that, I'd be very happy. So it's a bit of a bargain, to be honest. If you get a good one, then they're very nice. The only thing that you might want to be aware of is that the neck is quite thick. So if you've got smaller hands, that could be a problem. I've got a 80s Japanese Fender Stratocaster, which has got an even thicker neck than this, and I do find that that's gives me a bit of hand strain if I'm playing for a long period of time. So I don't like gigging with it as a primary guitar because it just kills my index finger and if I'm playing a lot of bar chords. But this is actually a lot better. I've not actually found this a problem at all. So yes, it is a thick neck, but it doesn't actually really cause too many problems at all. So what does it sound like? Well, I've done a couple of little tracks with the clean sound and one at the end with the distortion. Here's a kind of I hope I don't get nicked for copyright. I'm going to try and do a kind of Pink Floyd Run style kind of echo thing with some distortion, and gives you an idea what the twangy sort of sound is like on here.